Now, if you're scared about a crash, right? Oh my gosh, all my stock's going down. Hedge! Quit being lazy. Learn how to hedge. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to learn how to hedge a portfolio and do it properly. Literally in my last video, I just went through a whole bunch of strategies on how you can learn to hedge your portfolio. Okay? Whole bunch of strategies. And there's a lot of different ways to learn to hedge a portfolio if you want to hedge a portfolio. So if you're really that scared, you don't have to sell all the greatest stocks. Nvidia and Palantir and Tesla and all these stocks. You don't have to sell them. Just understand there's other options out there. There's ways you can hedge your portfolio. There's a million different strategies out there, folks. And you choosing not to learn how to hedge a portfolio is just being lazy. Just understand that. It's just pure laziness. Anybody can do it. You don't need to be the smartest person in the world. So, and this is stuff we all go through in obviously the private group all the time, is like running portfolios, hedging portfolios, like all this type of stuff. We go through, I have, hundreds of videos in course curriculums, like teaching these subjects in depth. If you need help on a higher level, apply for the private group. That's going to be in the description area. But like the resources are all out there, folks. Don't act like it's not. Like take advantage of these resources. And I can just tell you, the bottom line is you hold a great company and you sell that company, I promise you, you will regret it in a few years. I promise you that. That never fails. Great companies over 5, 10, 15 years do the most extraordinary things with their stock prices. And you hold bad stock and you make a profit, good for you. That's more of a trade. But for long-term investments that are great companies, let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing. And that's the bottom line with that, okay? All those stocks, I wish they all went down. I wish Meta went back down to $100-something a share. I'd gladly buy a bunch more shares of that stock. I wish they all did. But I'm not going to hold my breath on them. Especially knowing the amount of money on the sideline right now that's just waiting for a big sell-off. As soon as you get in these sell-off, what do you think they're going to do? Hold out over there? Or you think they're going to start piling in? The longer this goes, the more likely any small dips will start to be bought up. That is something to keep in mind there, okay? So, it's very similar to if you own a great real estate rental property in a great city, a great market, you don't sell that flipping flapjacking property unless it's an emergency and you desperately need that money. Other than that, you hold it. Because guess what? The property is going to appreciate much, much more over time. And the cash flow that property is going to be able to put you out is more and more almost every single year because rents go up more and more, right? So why would you sell a great rental property in a great market, in a great neighborhood that's a great home? It wouldn't make sense. It would be a bad financial decision. So you're going to do the same thing with the greatest companies in the world? Because I'll be honest, almost all the stocks that are actually doing terrific this year so far, they're all the greatest companies. Think about it for a moment. Almost none of the companies that have been beasting have been bad companies. A lot of the bad stocks have actually been doing bad. The ones that have been tearing it up, that everybody looks at, whether it's the Apples or the Microsofts or obviously Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, these are all the best companies in the world. They've executed over the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years to put them in those sorts of positions. Amazon's starting to roar, right? So just a little food for thought. Trying to walk a few people off the ledge maybe. Because it's a dangerous place up there. Believe me, I've been on it too many dang times and made the wrong choice way too many dang times, okay? Tesla has not even priced in their future automobile business growth, okay? They're trading at maybe a little over 2 times what the market's trading at, about 2.5 times, right? Meanwhile, they're going to grow 10x, if not over 10x, the market on average for at least the next 5 years, if not the next 10 years, okay? So that stock has not even actually priced in the auto business growth. That's the craziest part to think about this, right? Now you add on energy, what the energy business can be over time, and that business has actually been tearing it up, especially in regards to storage products and whatnot, right? The autonomous taxi network opportunity, there's $0 priced in the stock for that opportunity, right? That's huge. If it can happen, we'll see, right? We'll see over the next few years. And obviously, their technology is not even priced in when it comes to stock. All that's priced in is basically the next 2 years of auto business growth. without the supercharger network and any of these things. And so that's why I've gotten more and more bullish on Tesla, especially this year. And I actually bought Tesla shares this year, which was the first time I bought Tesla shares in, since, I don't know, 2019 or so, 2018, 2019. So which goes to show you how, I guess you'd say bullish I am on Tesla and kind of the valuation of the company. If you're looking at the whole of Tesla and you're thinking about how much just the auto business continues to grow out, right? At an average selling price of, let's say, $50,000, right? I understand that. But I think the point that shouldn't be overlooked in regards to this is you can still be talking about this can help several billions of dollars per year for Tesla's revenue, right? And so, yeah, if you look at the whole company, it's not a crazy number, but when you think about it as still like a pure number, it's absolutely epic, right? Eventually, when you become a bigger and bigger company, which is obviously what Tesla's doing and will do over the, in a few years from now, they're going to be doing several $100 billion of revenue per year, right? You start to have the law of large numbers start to catch up with you where you could launch a new business and it could be even like billions of dollars, but it starts to not look that big. That's a problem like Apple has. For instance, Apple, I believe, is well over $400 billion of revenue now at this point in time. Apple can launch a big new business and actually, even though it's a big business, if you were to compare it to other businesses, it's actually really small compared to Apple. It doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It can still throw off maybe hundreds of millions of dollars to the bottom line or billions of dollars to the bottom line, which obviously changes the valuation. And it also gives investors a look at the company in a different light and maybe potentially look at it as a safer stock. Tesla's going to expand their superchargers massively, especially now that more, other auto manufacturers are going to jump on Tesla, right? And I think my opinion on this is, and this has been my opinion for at least a year or two now at this point in time, is I think eventually you're going to see some big announcements from potentially some retailers, some fast food chains, some restaurant chains of them starting to have Tesla superchargers in their parking lot nationwide. And what those restaurants are, or those fast food places, or those retailers, I don't know, but I see it happening. And the reason being is it would be great branding. I mean, it would also potentially bring more customers to them, right? I mean, think about, like, if you drive a Tesla, you know what I'm talking about, right? You drive to a Tesla supercharger, a lot of them could be at a fast food restaurant's parking lot or, maybe at some massive gas station or whatever. And guess what? You're more than likely going to go in that establishment and then spend some money as well, right? So it's a brilliant kind of marketing tactic, in my opinion, a lot of restaurants could do. And I think it's a brilliant kind of tactic from just getting more people into your store or into your restaurant because they're there to supercharge. So I think that's coming down the line. And don't be surprised if you hear things like that sooner rather than later.